businesses is it's a math formula, right? So a lot of agents, they just get really busy, or they maybe just aren't the best at analyzing the math. So when looking at brokerages, you really should kind of spreadsheet it out, and that's one of the things that we can help you with. So if you guys are interested in what we're talking about, looking at EXP as an opportunity, you can check out the link in the description, get on a call with one of us, and we'll actually, on a spreadsheet, side by side, look at your current brokerage, EXP, or maybe another brokerage that you're considering. And if office is important to you, well, we'll actually factor in a budget for you to pay for your office space, but we'll also look at your current split and cap, the split and cap at EXP, the free stock that you can earn at EXP, and just really look at all of the value that both brokerages offer, and look, well, net, where does it make the most sense? Because, if you had to pay, say, $500 a month for office space, or $1,000 a month for office space, but you were getting, say, $16,000 a year of free stock from EXP for being an Icon agent, well, that stock isn't going to more than cover your office expense. So that would just be a simple example, but there's so many line items on a spreadsheet that you need to compare side by side, and some of them are tangible and some are intangible. So it's really important for me, whenever I'm making a business decision, to spreadsheet it out, do a pros and cons analysis, and also talk through it with somebody. I just find by verbalizing my thoughts, my thought process, whether or not they even give me feedback, just by actually being able to verbalize it, it clarifies my thoughts and my thinking so much. So a business assessment call that we can do, I think, would really help for those considering maybe making a move.
Yeah, how about that free stock? Nice little bump we got this morning.
Man, I saw that we were up 20% at one point. If it's it's 19% up right now, and because of that, so this is kind of cool. We're on topic now. So EXP, it was announced today that we got added to the S&P Small Cap 600, which is important for a company to get added to different, I think it's an index, so different indexes like this, because that index is required to invest a certain percent of their allocation into each company. So it essentially means that we're going to have more funds being allocated into our company now, because that index is now required. I believe required would be the right word. I'm not a stock expert, full disclaimer.
Any company that's invested in that index is now going to be sending, whoever they're managing, their retirement funds, what have you, they're going to be sending money to that to buy stock from us. So, that's obviously an amazing thing. Like, we didn't do anything. Continue to run our and running a good business that's profitable with no debt, get you into things like that, and we'll continue to grow.
Yeah, right there. Let's see.
Nice, dude.
19%. Nice little bar graph there. Yeah, it's cool. I got
a lot of stock that's going to be like a 6-figure bump for me today.
Yeah, nice little bonus. Yeah. It's just nice being at a company that allows you to have a financial benefit that is yours to dictate where that extra money goes. Like, specific example, when I was at a brick and mortar office prior to EXP, there was a helium tank machine for open house balloons. And just to keep that machine in the office and full of helium on a monthly basis, this is coming from my team leader at the time, it was $500 a month for open house balloons. I really didn't even do open houses because I was just focused on prospecting, and I didn't feel open houses were a great use of my time. And even if I did open houses, I could have went and got my own balloons for a couple bucks, so my split was going to something as silly as a $500 a month helium tank. Whereas when I joined EXP, I had a lower cap, lower split, and those extra proceeds that I was able to keep, that net profit was able to go to whatever, a nicer vacation, a nicer car, my own office, leads, a virtual assistant maybe. So it was a really good move for us.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, the reason I left Remax and started my own real estate company was because even on a 95-5 split, I was paying in over 6 figures a year to run my team there. And I was like, man, I don't even use this hot air balloon in any of my marketing. In fact, I intentionally keep it out because I want to look different than all the other agents at my office. So I was like, man, I'm spending a lot of money on this hot air balloon, and I've never even been up in a hot air balloon. So
That's on my bucket list. How many times? I'm curious what your answer is, but how many times did someone actually come into the office to meet with you when you were selling homes still?
I think a couple. I can think of a couple specific clients, only because we would do a lot of advertising down in Charlotte, which was like 30, 45 minutes south of us. And when I was bringing people up for the first time, I try to get them to meet at my office so I could like eliminate some of the properties they thought they wanted to see, so I didn't have to drive around the whole lake, which was hours and hours of time. Um,
Yeah.
so it happened a couple times, but it would have been easier for me to say, hey, meet me at the Starbucks right off the exit than, hey, get off the exit, go down this road, then go through this alley, and then come in this back door, and then I'll be there. Like, it was just so chaotic. But I tried
Right.
it a couple times, and then I just abandoned it. And then Starbucks and Panera Bread were where we met everybody.
Yeah, yeah, same here. If you have an office, of course, it's nice when they can come to you, but it's like a whole nother like script that you need, and then you gotta have like an objection handler of why they should come, because most are just like, can you just show me the house, like, and then you're like, well, no, you gotta come to my office first and do a full buyer presentation, and I gotta get you pre-approved to my lender that's down the hallway. It's like, hey, I'm just trying to see a house, so like, often you lose clients from that sometimes, and so I always like either to show them a freebie house before going down all that, or just doing like neutral ground, like a Starbucks. Hey, let's just meet at Starbucks real quick, kind of go over the properties that you want to see and your criteria, and I can show you some houses that you might have not yet seen on the internet, and then just met halfway. It's a very easy problem to solve if you feel like you're giving up office space by coming to EXP, because we have so many solutions like we talked about.